What's up, y'all? I'm Tom, and I am here to talk to you about a tool that I put together to help you get more out of your IB exam results. So that way you can use the results of one cohort to improve the subsequent cohorts going through the program. To start with a little background, I've been a math teacher for almost 20 years. More than half of that has been an IB math teacher. And so I've got experience going through the results every year, trying to figure out patterns. We've all been there where we're looking at trying to go through these component reports, or we're trying to go through the subject reports, and we're trying to figure out what is going on with all this. How am I supposed to get something out of this when there's all of this data and it's just lines and lines of data? So what I did is I put together an interactive tool for teachers, because as a teacher, I saw that problem. But with the more schools that I worked with, the coordinators have said, I want to see more about the program level or year over year trends. So now we've got this comprehensive tool that allows teachers who may not be as comfortable with analyzing data, they can get insights into their results. And also the coordinators can also have insights both for the teachers and for programmatic level. Let's take a look at what the tool actually does. So here our first page is the program summary. So this just has the distribution of your results over multiple years. This has got a 4-year trend, but you can see kind of how the data has been distributed, and if you hover over it, you can get specific values as well. It also gives you a comparison of your school average to the world average and what the differences of those are year over year. Then over here on the left, we've got the deep dive by year. That starts with the cohort overview. The cohort overview gives you all of your students with the total points that they earned, the points that they earned from their courses, and the points that they earned from their bonus. And then we also have a comparison of what the predicted values for each of those were. We've got a breakdown of the bonus points for the TOK, from where it came from with TOK and EE. And then we also have a distribution of these values for the TOK and for EE. And if you want to go into previous years, that is an option as well. You can always click on this and then you can go to a previous year and look at what those values are as well. You can see what the distributions and what the values are for those students as well. Then we go to the core overview, and this takes the previous data a little bit more in depth. And what this will show is kind of where the predicted and the earned are, as well as the accuracy of the predicteds. So here we can see that we have 59 that were spot on with the accuracy, but then we have a good 52 that are over predicted, and we've got another 13, 14 that are under predicted. And here you can see those broken down into percentages as well. But the nice thing about this is down here, when we look at our TOK and our EE grade distributions, we can see at the green here, we predicted 18 A's out of TOK, but we only got 4. So those other 14 students had to get redistributed. So you know these are going to get bumped down, these are going to get bumped down here. And now this is where some of our discrepancies happen. So we might say, maybe we need to get some more training with our TOK folks on how to better predict these things, or maybe we needed to have some moderations with past TOK teachers and current TOK teachers and see if there's some things that we can do to help shore that up a little bit. As we continue through the deep dive on the course overview, this is where you can start looking at specific groups. So maybe we'll look at the individuals and societies, group 3, and let's take a look at econ. So you can see here that you've got all the different subjects, all the different groups that you can look at, so you can hand this over to teachers and they can start doing their own analysis as well. And here we can see that we've got our actual grade distributions. This is both for SL and HL for econ. And it looks like we're doing pretty good with the predicting here. So the people who are teaching this subject are doing really well with their predicteds. And if you want to break it down further to look at only HL or only SL, you can just click on these boxes and you can see what that distribution looks like as well. And the really cool thing about this is if you really want to break down, like, okay, so which ones were we over predicting? The positive is the over predicted. So if I want to really look at those students, I can click on that. And I had one student who had a 4, 2 who had a 5, 1 who had a 6, and I can actually see which students were over predicted. So the nice thing is that this is completely interrelated, that you can click on any particular piece and it will filter out and it'll look at just those specific students as it's going that are related to that particular filter. And then to go back, you can either click on that bar again, or if I want to go back to the whole thing, I can hit reset selections and it'll take me back to the very beginning so I can start going again. The other really nice thing is multiple teachers can use this all at the same time. You can share it out with your whole staff. You can have a staff meeting where they're grouped out, or they're doing it individually and they come back to a staff meeting and they can have an opportunity to kind of go through this and get their own insights that they bring back to a meeting or a conference. Over in the course components, let's look at Econ again. So we'll go to group 3. We'll choose Econ only to SL only. Okay, so SL here, look at this. We've got our paper 2 is a full point less on average than our paper 1. So that's going to say, sure, when the teacher is doing their own reflection on this, wow, I need to figure out a way that I can really start boosting those paper 2. How do I get more of that into the class learning, into the teaching? How do I offer more opportunities to test using the paper 2 methodologies, whatever that might be for that particular subject or that particular course? And then beyond that, we have the multi-year trends. So we've got our core group here where you can see the distribution of your A's, B's, C's, and D's over the years for 2021 to 2024. This is a 4-year group, as we mentioned. And you can also see the distribution of the average of the bonus points here. And then finally, let's take a look at group 1's average. So here we'll look at, let's look at English, Lang, and Lit. So we'll look at that. And here we've got the blue being the SL group and the pink being the HL group. So we can see the trends that what we're doing. And then you can also look at what is happening with the different years with the paper 2 or the paper 1, the paper 2, the HL, SA, and then the IAs. So that's generally how the tool works. I hope that is insightful for you, and I think that this is really something that could be beneficial for you and your school. Some links have been provided to you where you can use those to consult with me one-on-one, and we can talk about what specific needs that you have for your school. This is customizable as well, so if there's something that you're looking for, that you want to see, or that you uncover and you want to dig in a little bit deeper, we can work with that, and we can build on it, or if you have other requests, we can do that. I look forward to talking with you in the future. Thanks for your time.